This call is now being recorded.
Okay, so the recording has started, and this is our primary class of descriptive geometry. One or two guys in between you, please be a bit communicative with me, because otherwise I won't get whether you are getting my words or not. First of all, the subject of descriptive geometry. Do you have any idea which the subject deals with, or can you have any prediction regarding this? Any wild answer will be preferred.
So it is another form of engineering drawing.
Yeah, see, everything is in the form of engineering drawing. That is not an issue, man. But why? Actually, see, in your particular subject, in any engineering subject, first of all, you have to know is that why are you learning the subject at all? Where the subject is going to help you in future? Why I am learning it at all? What I am learning, how will I learn? That is different issue. But at the onset of every engineering subject, you guys must be sure of that why are you learning it at all. And from that perspective, I actually inquired that do you have any idea that why are you learning this particular subject at all? Again, any wild guess will be preferred. How far was it audible? I'm not sure. Perhaps the connection got disrupted. Anyway, am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sure, yes, sir.
So, what I asked is why are you learning this subject at all? Do you have any idea?
No, sir, we don't have any idea about this subject.
Then please tell me that how many of you have gone through the subject of solid geometry? Anybody of you have gone through the subject of solid geometry or not?
No, sir.
Sir,
Nobody
little
even.
during class 12 while doing
Yes,
solving
yes.
problem.
I was asking about it only. That during class 12, did you actually gone through the, have you actually gone through the subject of solid geometry?
Not actually gone through. Like in the physics class, we had to solve problems with solid geometry. Then sir used to tell us about the formulas like that. Not we didn't have in maths or something like that.
It was
Actually,
not
sir, in
included
our
in your mathematics syllabus.
yes, sir, it was not specifically mentioned in our syllabus.
Okay. Then I may assure you is that descriptive geometry is actually a tool that will allow you to actually go through the subject of solid geometry very quickly. Why solid geometry is important? Then that is a very typical answer, because you know what? Everything we see are 3D objects, isn't it? But what are you having in your hand to represent that particular thing? A 2D drawing sheet. Or if you say that, sir, I use AutoCAD, mostly we use a 2D AutoCAD layout, right? So a 3D object, often we need to represent in 2 dimensions, isn't it? Somebody please communicate with me, otherwise I'm not getting whether my voice is clear or not.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now, in order to have this particular 3D objects in 2D, what you guys have done already in your engineering drawing, I think you know what is top view, what is front view, what is side view. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now,
Yes, sir.
I am showing you a thing. I am trying to make it clear that this particular solid model is represented in 2D. In which way? Is my presentation clear? Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
I have
Yes, sir.
taken obviously an YouTube video of GMT, because that is very much required to make you understand this particular thing. The 3D geometry is in the right hand side. Okay, a person, he is actually standing in front of a door, right? But if you are going to draw it, you have a sheet of paper and you draw the front view of the person, you draw a top view of the person, and that will represent the person standing in front of this particular door, isn't it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
In our descriptive geometry and in also true sense, we say this green plane is the horizontal plane and this blue plane is the vertical plane. The name suggests why these are used. It is the horizontal plane and it is the vertical plane. So in vertical plane, we see the front view, and in horizontal plane, we see the top view. Obviously, in our perspective, we have another choice of plane, that is the side plane, where the side view could have been taken, and that we call the profile plane. Do you guys have idea about these vertical plane, horizontal plane, and profile plane before? Or only top view, front view, side view was taught?
Sir, your voice is not clear.
স্যার আরেকবার বলুন
স্যার শোনা যাচ্ছে না।
স্যার কেটে কেটে আসছে।
I was asking that do you guys, yes, do you guys already know about horizontal plane, vertical plane, and profile plane, or is it new to you?
Sir,
No sir, last semester we read.
yes sir, we are familiar with it.
Okay, very good. So you know that this particular green plane is the horizontal plane and blue plane is the vertical plane, right? Now you see that if the door is getting opened, okay? As the door is getting opened, the views are changed. The door has been opened and the top view and front view has been changed, isn't it?
ইয়েস স্যার
Those have been changed, right?
Yes sir.
Okay. We actually deal with, in this particular geometry class, we actually deal with some specific line, some specific planes, and some specific solids. So at the very onset, we will concentrate on a specific line. Think about a specific line, that is the top line of this particular door. Think about the top line of this particular door. Can you follow this?
ইয়েস
The top line looks like this in the vertical plane, and it looks like this in the horizontal plane, this red line, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what do you say, that this line is a vertical line or a horizontal line? This line or a horizontal line?
হরাইজন্টাল
This is a horizontal line. Everybody is convinced?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
ইয়েস স্যার
And if I ask you that this particular horizontal line, you are seeing the true length of this line in which plane? Okay, fine. You are
হরাইজন্টাল
having
প্লেন
Horizontal,
of
sir.
this, right?
Horizontal, sir.
Yes. So this is the true length of this line. But obviously, this view is not giving you the true length. Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
নো স্যার নো
So right now, our today's discussion will actually stick to true length of a line and the angle of a line with the plane. So this particular line is having some angle with the vertical plane, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And this particular line, as it is a horizontal line, it is having zero angle with horizontal plane.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
So you see
Yes, sir.
the true length, the true length of a horizontal line is actually being detected in the horizontal plane only, and the angle between this line and the horizontal plane is zero, and the angle between this line and the vertical plane is having an adequate value, and this angle is seen in which view?
Horizontal
This
view.
angle can be seen in which?
Horizontal.
The horizontal view, right? So the angle with vertical is actually seen in the horizontal plane, and the angle with the horizontal plane is actually seen in the vertical plane. You see here the zero angle is being shown, though it is not the true length. Are you convinced about this? Are you convinced about this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, now concentrate on a vertical line. This is a vertical line, isn't it?
Yes, sir. Yes.
This is a vertical line, isn't it? Okay. This vertical line in its true length will be seen in which plane?
Vertical.
Vertical. Also vertical.
What?
So this is the vertical line, and this is the true length seen in the vertical plane, right? In horizontal plane, this will be a point, nothing else, isn't it? On horizontal plane, the projection will be a point, nothing else, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
this point projection actually suggests that the angle with horizontal plane is 90 degree. This is perpendicular to the horizontal plane, isn't it? So
Yes, sir.
these are some
Yes,
basic
sir.
things that we must remember, that if the projection of a line on some plane is a point, then that line is perpendicular to that plane. If a line is seen in true length in some plane, then that particular line is actually parallel to that plane. A vertical line is obviously parallel to a vertical plane. A horizontal line is obviously parallel to a horizontal plane. Now, can you say that even if some line is not perpendicular to the horizontal plane, can it be parallel to vertical plane? Think about it and answer. A line which is not perpendicular to the horizontal plane, can it be a line which is parallel to the vertical plane?
No. No, sir.
No.
No, sir. Okay. Think about this line. Are you following my cursor? Think about the leg of this particular person. Is it perpendicular to the
Sir, it can be possible, sir.
horizontal plane? No. Yes. So it is
No.
not perpendicular to the horizontal plane. Isn't it
But it
parallel
is
to the
parallel to
vertical?
Yes, sir.
Or the true length is seen in this particular vertical projection, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And that is why the true sense of the English vertical line is not actually applicable to this particular inclined line. So we call these a frontal line. A line which is parallel to the vertical plane, we call these a frontal line. Because if we say this is a vertical line, that will cause an illusion to our basic English knowledge. Because we know always that a vertical line is always perpendicular to the horizontal plane. That is why instead of saying these are vertical line, we say these are frontal line. Remember?
Yes.
Okay. So I think you got what is a frontal line and what is a horizontal line. Obviously, in this particular video of GMIT, the side view is omitted, but we will take care of the side view when we actually go through our next sort of actions. Okay. So, as you have already known, I think it is clear that what is a horizontal line, what is a vertical line. I am giving you another particular thing. The projection of this particular red line, come again to this. This is the vertical projection, this is the horizontal projection, right? Now, if I say that this point is my origin, this point is my origin, I may actually notify the position of this point and this point. How? That is what I am going to tell you, is that I may say that this particular point, that is the upper pivot point of this particular door, that is suppose 10 millimeter away in the x direction. If this we call the x direction, the y direction is along the horizontal plane and the z direction is along the vertical plane. Is it clear? Somebody please.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this particular point, if we are going to specify, it is 10 millimeter away in the x-axis. It is on the x-axis, so there is no y direction of this. And in z direction, suppose it is 25 millimeter away. So I specify this point as 10, 0, 25. What about this point? It is more than 10 millimeter away in the x direction. So it is almost 20 millimeter away. In y direction, it is 5 or 6 millimeter away. And in z direction, it is again 25 millimeter away. So I specify these at 10 minus 6, 25. Why minus? Because as per our perception, y is actually positive inside. How do you actually specify
Yes.
xy? This xy, right? If this is x, this is your natural tendency of y, isn't it? If this is x, this is your natural direction of y, right?
Yes, sir.
So as it is opposite direction of y, we say it is minus 6. In another way, we specify this line is that from this point to this point, it is rightward, forward, and there is no up and down. Why rightward? Because this point is righter than this. forward because it is at the forward direction, it is not in the backward direction. If it would have been upward or downward, that also would have been specified. Up to this, is it clear? I think I should open a paint in order to specify these all together. See how have I actually drawn this line. This is your main VH plane. In our sense, we actually specify these at VH. We specify the plane as VH, okay? And there is one vertical projection, which is this. How did I get it? Because I have to get the 2 points at the onset, right? And this point I specified, if I take this point as our origin, suppose this is your origin, we measure 10 as there is 25 millimeter Z direction. So in vertical plane, it will be 10, 25. Is it okay? And we specify this point to be my first point. And my first point is again 25, 10, 0. Y-axis is 0 in horizontal plane. So the corresponding projection will be this in the horizontal plane. These particular 2 points specify the pivot point of this particular door at the upper end. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
And we specify these 2 points. Suppose it is point A. Suppose it is point A. We specify these as A suffix V and we specify these as A suffix H. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Next point, as we got, it is suppose 20 minus 6. So somewhere here. So let me specify this is your 20 suffix minus 6. And these will be your next point, B suffix H, horizontal projection of B. How to get the other one? As I already specified that this is a horizontal line. So these will be horizontal and the horizontal will be seen in the vertical plane, isn't it? So it will be parallel to the VH line. As you can see here also, it is parallel to the VH line, right? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So how to get this particular point, even if we do not know where this point is, if I typically draw a perpendicular, I am sorry, it's very difficult to make it like this. But if I typically draw a perpendicular and extend it, I will get the BV point, isn't it? Because ultimately, both these particular projection, if we join these two projection, they will be perpendicular to my plane. Can I tell this particular thing? I am again showing you this particular thing. If I join these two lines, that is the projections of same point, that will obviously be perpendicular to the line joining the planes. Can I specify this? That if I join these two, that will be perpendicular to this line, isn't it? What do you think? So how to get BV? We get a perpendicular because we know that BH and BV, that will be joined to create an angle of 90 degree with this particular parting line of VH plane. Then we will get BV as the intersecting point between these two. Can I say this particular thing? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So this is your BV. And obviously, if I join AH and BH, sorry, we will get the horizontal projection of the door, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Angle with the vertical plane is seen in this particular horizontal direction, and this angle we call beta angle. The angle with vertical direction, sorry, the angle with vertical plane we call beta angle. The angle with horizontal direction we call alpha angle. But here, alpha is obviously equal to 0. Isn't it?
No, sir.
So this alpha is obviously equal to 0. Okay. Up to this, whatever I have told, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Fine. So in case of a horizontal line or a frontal line, we can actually take the opportunity that, okay, fine, we will get that true length that we say TL, the true length to be in the horizontal plane, as this is a horizontal line. If this would have been a frontal line, the true length would have been seen in the vertical plane and corresponding projection would have been seen in the horizontal plane, right? See this particular leg. the vertical plane is showing the true length, and the horizontal plane will show you a projection which is obviously parallel to the vertical plane. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Now I have to say that suppose it is not a horizontal line, not a vertical line at all. It is a typical line. Suppose the line joining a diagonal of this particular door. Is it horizontal? Is it vertical? Is it frontal? Nothing, right? Nothing, right? Joining the diagonal of this door, is it horizontal? Is it vertical? Or is it frontal? This is nothing, right? This is just a line.
Yes, sir.
So what to do with that? I am showing you, this was told as the horizontal line. This was actually told, as I have shown you in this particular figure, this was actually shown prominently that this is the projection. Just a second. This is the projection. But for this particular thing, this is a frontal line. And the frontal line, as I have shown you for the leg, the vertical projection gives you the true length. And for a horizontal line that I have shown you right now, the vertical projection is this, and the corresponding horizontal projection will give you the true length. I think up to this, it is very much clear to you. Up to this, it is very much clear to you, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So let me come to a general line. Okay, it is a general line. You see the vertical projection, you see the horizontal projection, though the corresponding notifications are different, but still it is better to notify in this H and V way. This is the actual scenario of projection. No projection is actually giving you the true length, isn't it? No projection is actually giving you the true length, isn't it, man?
Yes, sir.
So what to do with this particular case? Can I change this particular thing? I think this is done already. So can I change this particular thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me get rid of these and let me have some other position of BV. Okay. And for this, I cannot say this is beta. I cannot say this is true length. Obviously, here again, okay, let it not be on the line also. Let this be your H. I am giving a totally separated case that this is your H So where will be AV? We don't know where will be AV, but at least we know that if we draw a perpendicular from this AH, AV will be anywhere on this perpendicular. Yes or no? Yes or no? Can AV be here? Is it at all possible?
Yes, sir.
Can AV be here? Is it possible?
No, sir.
Here. No, it is not possible because the same point projection, the joining of these two projections must get a 90-degree angle at this VH parting line, right? So AV will be somewhere on this line. AV will be somewhere on this line, right? আরে এবারে কিছু বলেও না।
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let this be your AV. And let this be your BV. Can you predict if you say this line segment AB, the একটু বাজে হয়ে গেল, সরি, আর একটু বেশি করে নি। The line segment AB, let BV be here. It is possible, right? So these are the two projections of the line segment AV, AB. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Now if I say, if I ask you that you please tell me, ma'am, this line segment AB, is it rightward, forward, downward, or leftward, backward, upward? What do you say? I just want to know your prediction.
I think it would be upward, coming out of the plane.
It will be, first of all, tell me rightward or leftward.
Leftwards.
Is it rightward or is it leftward? Now, this is very easy answer, man. This is rightward or leftward?
Rightward, sir.
Rightward. It's very easy. Forward or backward?
Forward.
Forward. Because the in horizontal plane you will know forward or backward. So it is forward. Downward or upward?
Downward.
Downward, sir.
Downward. Downward. It's very easy. So I think the rightward, forward, downward, this particular thing is okay with you guys? And we say in small, this is rightward, forward, downward, RFD. Okay. Now, if I want to have the true length of this line, what are we going to do? Let us see in this particular projection that how to get the actual length of this line. Before coming in this, I may ask you that, man, can you have the profile view of this particular line? If you want to have the profile view of this particular line, what are you guys going to do? You are obviously wanting to have some profile plane, right? Anybody having any confusion, please tell me. Huh? This is your vertical and this is your profile plane, isn't it? আরে একটু সারা শব্দ কর, কি তো বুঝতে পারছি না।
Yes, sir.
How are you going to get the profile view of this particular thing? How to get it, man? You have to project this, right? Isn't it?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Also, you need to project this. Next, what are you going to do? Okay, fine. The profile projection will again be on this line. Because again, the same thing occurs as BH and BV creates a 90 degree on this particular line. BV and BP will also create a 90 degree on this VP line. Okay. AV and AP will also have a 90 degree on this line. But how far will it be? How can you determine? I think this must be answered. This is very well known to you. On this line, BP is there. On this line, AP is there. But how far will it be? Here or here or here or here? How can you determine?
So same distance from that vertical plane.
Yes. Which distance? Many of you guys take this, rotate this, draw this, right? Am I wrong?
No, sir.
Instead, if I would have taken this particular distance, here, will it be correct? And I say, this is my AP. Is it correct? Man, is it correct or not?
Yes, sir. Correct, sir.
And how to get BH? In the same way, this distance will be this distance and we will get BP somewhere here. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
If I join these two, obviously we are going to get the profile projection. I think it is also correct. But is this profile projection also giving you the true length? No, it is not. So let us concentrate on how can we actually get the true length of this particular line. Concentrate on this particular theme, okay? Concentrate on this particular theme. These are the two lines I have shown you. You are convinced, right? আর এই সব চুপ করে থাকলে কি করে বুঝো বলতো?
Yes, sir.
একটু সারা শব্দ করতে থাক না, একজন অন থাক। You see, this particular line is actually having such two projections of 90-degree angle, and accordingly this will again show you this particular triangle. And we rotate this particular thing horizontally. Can you follow the rotation, or should I show again? Can you follow the rotation?
Sir, please show again, sir.
Okay, sure. Just concentrate and see that this particular line, the bottom of the line is rotated horizontally. Can you follow the rotation now? Can you follow the rotation now?
No, sir.
No, sir. Okay, I am showing again. Can you follow it now?
Sir, your screen is not visible, sir.
My screen is not visible.
Yes, sir.
The presentation stopped all of a sudden.
Okay, just a
Yes,
second. Just a second. My connection is creating a bit problem. That is why it is gone out. Just a second, I am trying to reconnect. Just a second, man. Let me sort out the problem. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So can you follow the rotation now? You follow the rotation very easily. Can you follow the rotation now?
Yes, sir.
So what happened? We have rotated the bottom portion of this line to this particular point. And accordingly, I cannot actually have this line, right? I have this line, I have this line. So what happened to them? The horizontal projection got rotated in this way, and the vertical projection got shifted in this way, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
And can I say that this line is now the true length of the line, and that is being
Yes, sir.
the horizon, the vertical projection shifted position. Can I say this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And also, the angle between this line and the horizontal direction, this line and the horizontal direction, the angle is this, and that angle is getting notified by this particular angle. Can I say?
Yes, sir.
So I am showing you whatever I have done there. I am using some other color in order to make it clear. I have rotated this particular point, right? Up to which I have rotated, man?
A point top.
I have rotated up to this only, right? I have rotated up to these only, right?
Yes, sir.
Then I have projected it to the, this is your A, BH has been rotated, right? This BH has been shifted here, yes or no?
Yes,
Showing
sir.
you again, this BH has been shifted here, yes or no? and this BV has been further displaced in this way, isn't it? So this BV will be shifted rightward, isn't it, man? How far
Yes,
will
sir.
it be shifted? It will
So
be
up to the
shifted.
extension point and intersection.
Exactly so. So this point is your next important point, and this point we call BV double prime, and this point we call BV prime or BV dash. So what this BV double prime gives you? If I join this AV with this particular BV double prime, can I say this is the true length of
Yes,
this
sir.
particular AB segment? I can say this is the true length, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Obviously,
Yes, sir.
obviously this BV is not here till now. This is shift. This BV is this. Okay. Right. This BV is this. So is it clear how can we find the true length?
Yes, sir. Ekdam.
And also
Yes,
can I
sir.
say that the angle between this line and this line, that is this angle is the angle between the horizontal plane and this particular line, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Can I say this angle is alpha? Yes or no? Yes or no? Can I say this angle is alpha? Somebody please
Yes, sir.
reply. Okay. Can you predict how to get beta? Can you predict from this particular case? Can you predict how can we get beta? Anybody? Can you predict? If we want to get beta, what could have we done? Somebody please try. We have rotated the horizontal projection in this way, projected it, get the vertical projection displaced, and get alpha and true length. What should we do to get beta? Similar to this kind of thing. Can anybody predict? Suggest something, man. Anybody, please suggest. জব বাবা, কেউ বলতে পারছিস না? Sir, which angle is beta? The beta is the angle between the vertical plane and this line. that I mentioned na, that with horizontal plane I mention alpha and with vertical plane we mention beta. So alpha is the angle between this line and the horizontal plane that we can get in this way. So how to get the angle between this line and the vertical plane? How to get it, ma'am? Hey, somebody try to answer. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, if you cannot answer, I am giving you the answer. You have rotated the horizontal projection in this way to get the angle between the horizontal plane, right? So why don't you rotate the vertical projection? You rotate BV. I can rotate, right? Obviously এরকম হবে না, সরি, একটু বেশি হবে। I can rotate BV, na? It is very much possible for me, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Out of
I am sorry, একটা কথা কেউ বললো না, সেটা হচ্ছে this cannot be your BV dash, this is your BH dash. ভুল করেছি বলবি তো? হতেই পারে। This is your BH dash. This is your BV dash. And again, if we actually project it to the horizontal side, I can project it. কি পারি তো নাকি পারি না? Can I do it or not?
Yes, sir.
It can be done.
So I can project it to the horizontal side. And now BH will be shifted. কি হবে তো? Yes or no? And this point will be your
অ্যাকচুয়ালি স্যার ইমাজিন করতে একটু প্রবলেম হচ্ছে, এমনি বুঝতে পারছি আপনি কি বলতে চাইছেন।
সেটা তো বুঝতেই পারছি, কারণ এটা তো 3D বাবা, ইমাজিন করতে একটু প্রবলেম হবে, কিন্তু তাই জন্যই আমি তোমাদের এই ছবিটা দেখিয়েছি। Think about it. যদি if I can rotate this in this way, I can rotate these also in this way. It is I know that it is very difficult to imagine, but this is not very difficult to imagine now, that if this rotates like this, that will be the true length and that will be the angle. It is not very difficult to imagine, right? ওটা ইমাজিন করতে কি অসুবিধা হচ্ছে?
নো স্যার।
না স্যার, ওটা না।
হ্যাঁ, এবার accordingly analogically বাকিটা ভাব। Think analogically that if BH can be rotated in this way to get BV double dash, BV also can be rotated in this way to get BH double dash. Okay, just follow the way, and these will also be the true length. এটা ইমাজিন করতে খুব অসুবিধা হচ্ছে। same case I have done, na? Just the same case I have done. First of all, I had done with the horizontal projection.
now
Now
I
I am
understood.
doing the same thing with the vertical projection, right? কেউ কিছু বলছিল মাঝে কথা বলেছি কে কি বলছিলি বল
হ্যাঁ স্যার এবার বুঝতে পারলাম স্যার
and this angle will give you your required beta. Now is it clear?
yes sir
It's up to you how to find out the angle with the profile plane gamma. I have shown you the two length. I have shown you alpha and beta. Now it's up to you how to find out gamma. Just think about VP plane and get gamma out of it. Can you do it in the same analogy? Giving you the hints, you have to rotate BP and project it to BV and displace it. You will get gamma. Can you do it? Can you do it or should I show again?
yes sir I think we can try
Okay, you try. If you cannot, I will show in the next class. Okay, I am saving this particular thing. I am saving this particular thing. I will show you in the next class if you cannot do it. But up to this, is it clear?
yes sir
Okay, fine. Should I send you this particular file so that you can try it on this, or you can try it on your pen and paper also? I think pen and paper will be better. It's not very easy actually to draw all these things in paint. Just I do not have any blackboard with me, so I have to do it. Okay, so I think you can do it. I have the confidence on you, you can do it. Try out in a group, you can do it. Okay, now we have one problem sheet, okay, for descriptive geometry. I will share it by mail, no problem you have. I'm just showing it here.
Sir, by mailing it is convenient to use Google Classroom, sir.
yes sir
If you want, I may do it also. No problem I have. But generally, what I do is, as per the suggestion of your seniors, I actually make one folder with your names, with that is shared among all of you, and I put all the required things inside that particular folder, all the class lectures and all the required documents.
Actually, sir, during submission of our assignments, it's better to use Google Classroom because we can submit our assignments in Classroom rather than to sending it via mail.
Okay,
Yes,
no
sir.
problem. I will use it. No problem. I will use it. Right now, let me show you this particular thing. There are some problems, and these problems are always having whatever I have taught you today. Obviously, there is horizontal frontal lines and a profile line. A profile line I have not told you today, that how a profile line will look like. That is what I have missed. But can you predict how a profile line will look like? I can show you here how a profile line will look like. See, the door is totally open, right? The door is totally open, right? Now it is totally closed. Now it is totally open, isn't it? Are you a ball?
Yes, sir.
Now you say that this particular door, this will be in its true shape in the profile plane, isn't it? In the side view, you can see any line here, isn't it?
Sir.
How those will look in the vertical and horizontal plane? Those will be typically a line segment perpendicular to the VH line, isn't it? Any line you have on this plane, those will look exactly perpendicular to the VH line, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So a profile line that will be seen in the profile plane in true length, and those will be typically look like perpendicular to the VH line in vertical and horizontal plane. Is it okay to you? Is it okay to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Actually, the first 4 problems and actually the first 5 problems, they are actually on this particular determination of true length, angles, and all these things. And this method is called the revolution method, because you are revoluting some point in this way to get the true length. So out of these 5, how many of you are in this class total?
So approx 19.
No. In this A1 section,
Yes, sir.
19 students are here.
19 students are there. Okay. Then divided by 3. Okay. Divided by 3. Okay. First 6 students do number 1, number 4A. Next 6 students number 1, number 4A, number 5A 1. Okay.
নাম্বার 5 এর স্যার নাম্বার 5 এর 1টাও কি প্রথম 6 জন?
হ্যাঁ প্রথম 6 জন।
ঠিক আছে।
আমি ভাগ করে দিচ্ছি যাতে সবকটা করা হয়, অসুবিধা কি আছে? First 6 students do number 1, number 4A, number 5A 1. Next 6 they do number 2, number 4B, number 5A 2. And next 7 do
Please
number
somebody
3.
note it.
Yes.
Actually, I'm saying somebody to somebody to note it.
Yeah, please somebody note it. It is also getting recorded, so you need not worry.
I'm noting it down. So can you please repeat it?
Yeah, first six students of 19 do number 1, 4A and 5-1. The next 6 do number 2, 4B, 5A 2. The next 7 do number 3, 4C and 5A 3. I think that is a good distribution, right?
এটা কি স্ক্রিনশট মেরে নেবো না আপনি দিয়ে দেবেন কোথাও?
এটা দিয়ে দিচ্ছি রে বাবা, টেনশন।
ও ঠিক আছে।
Sir, last 7 student.
Number 3, 4C and 5A 3. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Next day I will come to the auxiliary plane method. And up to today, whatever I have told, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I am sharing you this particular PDF file, and also I will share you this particular lecture, the recording of this lecture, no problem. You just do these things. If anybody is having no drawing sheet or anything right now with you, I may assure you that only with your simple geometry box and on simple paper you can do this particular thing. That I may assure you. No intricate instrument is required. Okay. So is it okay to you?
Yes, sir.
So let me close today's class.
Sir,
If no other question is there. Yes, sir.
so can you suggest any YouTube channel for learning this topic?
I have shown an YouTube channel on my own. You can follow it also. But yes, this particular channel is actually showing in this way. But the way I have shown you in this particular paint, the notification and the profile part, this notification and profile part are not there in this YouTube channel, but this YouTube channel of GMIT is very much okay. You can follow these also, GMIT later fact.
Okay, sir.
The visualization is very much there, but this particular thing, I suggest you that go through it after my next class, because this particular thing is also having the auxiliary view that may actually jumble you up. So when I end my next class, it's better to go through this particular video after that. Okay. So can we end today?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.